Helokawans, I am Little Cat, and you're tuning into Immortal Part 2, a high-level D&D campaign where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Until they do. Tonight we are playing with the usual gang as with Ida as Gunnlaug, Kang as Zekin, currently Mome, Bosk as Ben as Bosk, sorry. I wrote Bean as Bosk, okay. And Mike as Speaker, formerly Ghost, formerly Wendigo. Zekin gets an inspiration point for him sticking to his player decision and waited around to allow for some light banter with the party. In session 48, we finally get to Speaker and Van while everyone was busy doing their own info gathering. They finally meet with Solus and find her, although adherent to her rules and regulations, a somewhat caring individual who give them a business card to a private investigator they trust to be diligent in their work. Somewhere in the interim, the team met up with Zekin, who helped show the team a little bit of what Folsom is like by pretending to be a vagrant on the streets and benefiting from the kindness of the local middle class, before deciding on some fake names for each other to the effect of Bob, Eileen, Stacy, Christopher, and so on, and some fancy new digs. Later on, Speaker meets with Gaia, the private investigator so put forward by Solus, who also assists the police and was kind of a cold woman with eyes only for money. And she really only accepted the job because she could be paid. But before we time skip to 5 p.m. to when Postman Pat gets off work, that's not his name, we're going to spend about 30 minutes going through what you're going to be doing in the hours of lunch till 5. So, what are you guys doing? Or what are you guys collectively doing?
This is while Speaker's gone to
Correct.
talk
All of
to
this
the lady, right?
Correct. So all of these things happen at the same time. Speaker goes away, and then all you have time for yourself. Essentially, while Zekin / Mume is just like, I'm gonna sit here because I said I was gonna sit here until 5.
Okay. Are we sitting with him or no? Is he there?
I'm chilling with chicken because I also want to have a chat with whoever this is.
Okay.
His contact.
Okay.
I kind of want to meet the butcher too, but we'll do that later.
We'll eventually meet the butcher again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you two think that... Wait, Shah?
Yes.
What time was my reappointment with the flower lady?
I think
Was it next day? Or
anytime,
later?
like you can catch her.
Okay. Okay, question for, I guess, Chicken and Goodluck, since they're here. Is there more information that you guys would want me to get from the flower lady?
Currently, can't think of anything regarding what you can
Super
do.
Sorry, what was that?
You are
Can't
very
hear you.
quiet.
Sorry.
I don't hear.
You sound like you're in the... I don't know. You're not talking loud.
Right, okay. I don't know what you can glean from the flower lady currently, because what we can say is limited, because we don't want to give out too much of what we are looking for, but also what we can say without giving.
Like, what do you think she might know?
She knows a lot. She walks around the cities a lot, right? She has connections, obviously. So
She has. You know her as somebody who does have connections in the form of merchants. And
like
just
the shop people and the
info. You know those people.
Her.
Yeah, folks tend to know her, and she has a genuine personality where people tell her stuff. She might, that she would be important if you're looking for general town gossip, and sometimes gossips bear truth.
Show you where to get +3 flowers.
+3 flowers. Things like, okay, let's say you're looking for a particular nobleman who's been messing around with somebody else, and the wife is like, I need you to find him. So you go to her. You're like, tell me, the gossip.
So
Okay.
right
And then she won't
now,
tell you who the person is, but she'll sort of tell you roughly, like, oh, news have been spread that shenanigans is afoot.
Hmm.
And she would know safe houses. She would know places where people tend to get together, and she's very respectful of things. So unless she's very very close to you, that it's unlikely that she will divulge this kind of information. But she knows stuff.
so
It might not
Yeah, so
be.
she might know stuff.
Yeah, it might
yeah,
not
she
be
might.
cloak and dagger like secrets of the nation kind of stuff, but it's more
Because
homegrown.
we don't really know like what gossip to look for at the
Hmm.
moment, right?
Right, yeah. That's the main issue. Like
Okay,
what?
Second, roll me
Yes, I can.
a
Hmm.
intelligence check. Like, what do you have that is intelligence based?
So I don't think Arcana works because that is just
No, that there's
yeah.
studies.
I have history from
Oh
my
yeah,
master's
solid skill.
Oh yeah, yeah.
goals ability thingy.
I
I
have
have
history.
investigation
Crazy.
just to because I've been around.
Okay, you
That
know
is
what?
intelligent based.
Because of your background, roll me
Hmm.
an investigation instead of
Okay.
history, just because
All right.
it's what you're good at.
Mm.
Give us a 17 or an 18.
A big number.
It's 22.
22,
22.
which is good. Okay, with a 22, you remember having to find information for Robert, your master, not the fat man.
Yes, yes, yes.
He often left you with the dredges of boring work. He's out gallivanting, drinking, messing around with women, men. You don't care. Just being a man about town, but somehow still secretive. So you had to do all this legwork, and she, along with several less prominent individuals, were people you tended to tail, not really speak to, but hide in the shadows and listen in your various disguises. A cat is a cat is a cat, unless you are also a tabaxi. There's not a lot people can do if you decide to change your fur color. You think uh, Bosk and Bureau might be able to get somewhere safe if you were to secure a meetup with the help of the postman. Because you
So
remember, Topher was like, you do the organizing, essentially. Get them to meet up with me.
yes,
But nobody has really come up with a plan as to where
yeah.
or
Because
when.
what I remember is they
Topher's
did
chiller,
them.
man.
Hmm?
Topher's chiller is the place, clearly.
Yeah. No,
I
because
just
like
imagine
there
it
are
like
bits and
there's a
pieces.
children's birthday party venue, and then all the super secret rebel people show up there with cake
Yeah,
and
yeah.
candy.
Because I remember all and bits of people pieces of different rebellions like doing their stuff that like somebody wants to keep the kids safe, but yet no one knows, and then the kids also get kidnapped as well because of the attack. So we are not sure, but
Okay,
with both of them, they
the
can
the
at
other
least come
thing
up with
is
something.
to note. The other thing is, you know that it it won't be very nice to go to Topher's because you're not sure that he trusts the other people as well. Somebody might be a front, a spy, a double agent. So giving them Topher's fridge is like saying, "Here's some secrets for you." It's like inviting somebody to your house that you don't know.
Yeah. So now we need. I can. We can set up a secure location, but what I believe boss asked is, what if I can find what flower girl could ask flower girl that probably we can gain, right? So that's what I'm stuck at, like trying to think what can I we glean from the flower girl. So I let boss know that for a secure location, probably we can get that after we uh get the meetup happening for the postman and the butcher. I said
Yeah.
postman and butcher because I don't want to say their name. Not
Yeah.
yet.
In terms of a secure location, though, they would know better than what's Flower Girl's name? That starts with N.
Nandari.
Nandari, yes.
Yeah, they would know better than Nandari, right? Because Nandari doesn't know like who we're hiding from and stuff like that.
No. Um, as far as Zekin would know, Zekin doesn't think that she's privy to these sort of silly little faction squabbles. She's more interested
Yeah,
in
she's
selling
just a
flowers and getting to know
person.
people. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the auntie. She's everybody's auntie.
yeah. So
She has all the tea.
Exactly. She's literally the auntie.
Auntie.
If it is relevant at all, she probably knows which exact noble house it is that is clamming up by like
yes,
intermediary crossing.
that one she will for sure have. Like she'll know
Hmm.
who, but at the same time, I think finding out who wouldn't be that difficult.
Hmm.
Like maybe through her. Uh,
Yep. So you're figuring out what's of most value to get from her then.
yes.
Alright.
Um, but okay, well, I think we'll keep a pin in that for now, and we can proceed to Postman meeting.
Okay. We fast forward into the future by a little bit, letting
Yeah.
everybody do their own thing. It's
Do
it's
you
a
two
restful
wanna?
period. Yes.
Do you two want Bosk and Biro to be there,
So,
or
up
do y'all
to
wanna just
you.
go as two? I think pros and cons, because we don't wanna like show up with a large gang, right? Would
Yeah,
that
I
be
think
intimidating?
Gunnlaug has sending prepared, right?
Definitely. Been using
Okay,
it
Yeah.
too.
So you have your emergency button in case and all that. So I think two people is safer.
yeah. All right. Biro and I will have tea.
And where are the rest of the people going to hang out? Of course, the pierogi lady is still open. Um, Topher's is still open. We don't have to
Is there
RP this. You just tell me where
like
you're
a
going.
little coffee shop nearby?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely available.
Yeah.
We don't want to
Me and
go
Biro
too
will.
far because the
Yeah, not too
Rogi
far.
is very far, right?
Yes. We don't want to be too far away. So,
At some point as well, Valerius catches up with you and says that what's her name? Solis? No, Solis is not her name. Rifan. Rifan is asking him to go somewhere because information. Very
asking
vague.
him to go
Oh,
somewhere?
the
Yes.
guard lady?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so he says he's checking in and is like, "Oh, I got a job to do,"
Yeah.
basically.
So he
Oh, it's
is
asking
AFK.
him to go somewhere.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you need
Uh,
any help?
Speaker will ask Valerius where exactly.
He shrugs.
Okay.
He's getting into the
Uh,
dark van.
is it going to be beyond floaty range, or actually does he need floaty back?
He says he's gonna leave Floaty with you, but the details seem to be very foggy. But the rapport that he has made with Rifan has made him go, you know what? Dude works for Guy. I think I'ma trust them this once.
Yeah.
And then you haven't seen him for a while.
All right. Good luck, friend. Enjoy.
So he has survived worse, I believe. I hope.
He has the what?
He has
He has
survived worse.
survived
Oh, he
worse.
says he has survived worse. Yes, I heard he has the vibe horse.
He has the
I
vibe
also heard
horse.
he has
True,
something something.
true.
He has the vibe horse. Okay.
I thought he had the worst, like the vibes worst. So I was like, ah,
Vibe
I
horse.
I
guess.
mean, like he has
Okay.
worse vibes before. Yes.
Remember what
Seriously,
happened
worst
to
vibe.
his perfect clone?
He
We left him
he
to
has.
guard the tree,
I don't do
and he
say
wandered off
anything
somewhere
bad,
and
but
ended up drowning.
I don't to say
Hey,
anything bad, but
He
he
had to
I
does
was
cut
has
his
a
always
worse.
life
glad.
support.
He also has a worser. I don't think this is a wife.
Valid.
I also
Valid.
got to listen to the final breaths of like that other Val, so that was fun.
Yes, yes. We like disposed of him remotely, like he was a member of the Suicide Squad.
Oh no.
Rest
But
in
yes.
peace.
Was disposed?
The fake Valerius,
The
Like Valera.
Folarius.
because he
Folarius
went
versus
missing, and
Frost.
then
Oh yes.
when Gunnlaug tried to contact him, he was like,
He's
Dying breath.
suffering
I was
very
like,
badly.
Poor
it
guy.
doesn't sound
Yes.
good, guys. I don't think he's making it back to us. And Valerius is like,
Nah.
oh shit.
Where's
Very much
Frost
there.
at the moment?
Frost
with
is
We
with
left
Guy.
her with
Oh,
Guy.
With
Okay.
Guy, yeah, he was outside of the city, right? Because Guy is outside.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
sure. That,
he's
that makes
outside.
sense. When sure Folarius, I just remember like, oh shit, there's a simulacrum we can use. And, yeah,
But not we can't use it in town, not here because he's somewhere
that's
else.
fine.
I'm just waiting for you guys to forget that she exists and then he uses similar.
No, I
again.
remember. I just didn't say anything because it's not
No,
necessary.
Like if Joe is here, I'm waiting for
Oh.
that to happen. We're like, yeah, I'll do another simulator. Okay, bye, Frost.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All that work for nothing. I'm just waiting for that to happen. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward to Postman Pat. Zekin, you are standing around in the area. You also
Yeah.
are smart enough to tell Gunnlaug to piss off somewhere in the distance because somebody so brightly colored sitting next to a vagrant would not look very nice. In fact, that would look kind of awkward given the
Kind of
situation.
out of place.
Even if people are really nice with their giving of stuff to vagrants in general, her sitting there for 5 hours, not a great look. So, Gunnlaug, you find a place nearby and you drink coffee. You try as much as possible to look normal, to act normal, and you've been hanging around with the locals the night before anyway. Finally, you see the post office being closed for the day. You see the postman come out, take letters from inside the post box and take them into the office, and then come out again. He says goodbye to his friends and he starts looking around, trying to search for the person. Are you guys stealthing as much at this point because it's 5 o'clock?
I'm just normally just disguised as a vagrant, but I still look like me. It's just that my clothes is dirtier. It's not like I'm hiding from anyone else. I'm visible.
Okay. You also get a bunch of stink eyes, like bombastic side eyes from the other local vagrants who are clearly kind of angry that you're stealing their shit. He doesn't beckon you. He just stands there and very slowly turns around to walk away.
I will slowly stand up, pick up the 1 copper and 5 silver that I gathered, and put in the to a nearby vagrants.
The bombastic
Whatever,
side eye gets
yeah,
bombastic
whatever,
from the other side of the
yeah,
place.
whatever they are holding, cup or like box or whatever, I put it there and give it to them.
sure you
So
want to blow your cover like that?
Mm-hmm.
Since when
uh
does a vagrant give money to another vagrant?
You've been sitting there all day slaving away for that money.
yeah, no, I'm giving it away.
Oh,
Oh
just a
gods.
tourist.
So yeah, and then I put down and then I start walking. Not say anything. I'll just follow the postman.
Several people see you do this,
Mm.
and basically the pop up says, blah blah blah. Will remember this.
Gunnlaug will nonchalantly pretend to go about her day and follow at a distance.
Um, Kang,
Hmm?
second as a vagrant, you go closer and closer to this guy, and he seems to know that you're getting closer as well, and you see him put his hand into his pocket, and then turn around. He's holding a newspaper in his left hand, clutched in between his arm and his side, and then he turns around and pretends to be shocked to see such a dirty person in front of him. And then he goes, "Oh, right. Good day, sir." And then he takes out some money and he passes it to you. But at the same time, is that eyes of, okay, where do you want to go? Where do you want to talk? We can't talk here.
Yeah.
He's giving you the thieves' cant with
Right.
eyebrows.
Currently, can I at this junction? Can I look for any place that has like low visibility and what you call traffic? Traffic
Uh,
as a human traffic wise.
you gestured to him what you know of 8 months ago to be a safe spot. It's about 10 minutes away, and it is under a old two-story building that is unused. Gunnlaug, you see this. Like, it's not like you can't read thieves' cants, and you read eyebrows. So you're like, oh, cool, there's a place. And you sort of, you have this information. What are you doing?
So I'm literally just gonna follow. I'm assuming that Check-in knows where to go from here, and he's got the guide. And I want to try to make sure that it doesn't look like we're all just walking in a group together. So she's just happy to like follow for now.
Okay. You see the guy give the money. This happens in a split second. It's actually amazing to watch, actually, because all this time Zekin has been looking kind of silly with his weird socialness or awkwardness up top, but he seems very adept to be in Falsen. He takes the little bit of money. Zekin, you get roll me a d6.
D6. I don't have that dice. Okay, let's see. D6. That dice. That dice. 2.
2. You get 1 silver.
Hey, something.
Okay. And he sort of, you know, he acknowledged the location, and both of you walk in opposite directions, with the knowledge
Yeah.
that you're going to meet up in the same place.
I want to just gander if he goes in a straight line, like kind of beeline towards the location, or is he taking his sweet time going the?
He's taking his sweet time. It seems that he stops every so often to check postbox, to pick up mail that might have fallen. He also speaks to his neighboring stores. Anybody that he recognizes, he says hello to. You see him stalk. You see him speak with other people and provide some amount of small talk before going, "Oh yeah, have a good evening," and then walking off. But you know that generally the direction he's going to seems like it's legit. It's not that
So-
hard to find if you know what you're looking for.
So since he's taking his time, I will be there before him. So I'll go straight towards it, cutting through alleyways and whatnot, try to get there fast, but not running, just like walking.
Okay.
I'll follow Check-in.
Okay. How far away are you following him from, or are you trying to be nonchalant about it?
I am semi-nonchalant, more like looking like I'm got an appointment or like got somewhere to be, but not like I'm still staying a little bit away because I'm not dressed to look like I should be walking next to chicken.
Yes, nobody's dressed like they should be walking next to chicken.
Yes.
Okay, make me a survival check. It's not a high roll, it's just to see whether you meet up at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
5 wisdom, you should be able.
Yeah, I'm just having a hot second while we're loading.
Seriously, if
character
you
sheet.
have real dice, go for it.
No. Okay.
I also have real dice here.
Yeah, real dice is fun.
Oops, I dropped my dice. God damn it.
Okay, now it's cursed.
23.
23. Funny thing happens because you've been moving around these random areas for a while in the dark of night, quote unquote dark. Following what you gather from their eyebrow conversation, you think you're at the right place. You can see Zekin also walking at some point, and you find your way to the space earlier. It is very rundown. This area looks like it used to be some kind of printing press location. There's also
I feel so at home.
a laundry area. At some places, there's a mother yelling to her child, saying, "Get back into the building." A bunch of chimney sweep-looking fellows are just walking after a hard day's work, or maybe going to more work. You're not sure, but this seems to be like the place. You see several areas for you to duck into to sort of be Batman for a while and just observe people while they don't observe you, and you wait for a second.
Inside.
Question.
The
When you say laundry place, is this one of those places with one laundry, or is it the one with like 7 other laundry places sprouting up?
Okay, imagine like old style laundries. So there's bed sheets hanging everywhere. There's buckets of water on the ground that is empty right now. There's essentially wash basins. In the morning, there'll be a bunch of ladies just talking and laughing.
Does it seem like there is like a specific building we're going into or a specific area?
You know that there's a specific building that you're going into, but you're not sure if you're going into the building or there's some kind of basement trap door that you're supposed to
Right, I
sneak into. So, because you're not sure and you're not 100% sure that you're even in front of the correct one,
I see.
you're just in the ballpark.
Look, it hit me how funny it would be for the person that wasn't part of the location discussion to be there before them. But
It's
that's
like,
alright.
I live here. What?
I'll make sure I stand suitably threateningly behind some sheets to like suddenly be revealed at the most opportune and dramatic moment, obviously.
Thankfully, there's no lights behind you, so it doesn't look like you're doing a pantomime. The night is young and you're so beautiful and all that. And Kang is the one who arrives first.
I will take this time to change so that I don't look like a vagabond or like someone dirty. I'll just change my common clothes to my extra mundane clothes that I have.
You walk through. Gunnlaug, you see him thankfully dressed in different items of clothing, now more closely acceptable to the both of you hanging out. And you can finally intercept if you so choose. Otherwise, roll me a stealth check. And Zekin can roll
I'm
me.
still gonna hover and be like, hey.
What do I roll
I am
if she doesn't want to like?
so good at
Oh, you are so
Oh,
good at
that's really-
stealth. Okay, Zekin,
my
you're
rolls.
doing perception. And because you know this place and you're keeping an eye out for the postman as well, and you want to make sure Gunnlaug doesn't get lost, do it with advantage because this is your home turf.
Auto 16 though.
Okay, advantage. So
It'd be
I'll
really
roll
funny
twice.
if he rolls poorly.
I'll roll twice.
Can
One.
you roll lower than a 26 anyways? Like,
Oh,
I
he
can,
does.
I can. I can actually.
He walks
My
right
lowest is
past you.
22.
I'm
Um,
so satisfied.
He walks
Because
right past you.
right, so because I'm actively looking and I'm not using my passive, if passively I can see Gunnlaug, but not.
Okay, okay.
My passive perception is 27, but that's passive.
No, you're actively looking
Yeah,
right now,
yeah. So
and
that's why I can't see Gunnlaug. I'm just like
Gunnlaug
thinking
broke away
around.
from you a while ago, so you're kind of worried, but at the same time, she's a big girl, and
She's
you've
been away for a day. She's fine.
yeah, she's fine. She found you the first time. She can find you again. You wait a good 15 minutes at a safe sort of cubby in the area before you see the postman. He has changed clothes to more civilian attire, more closely resembling yourself, very discreet, very pedestrian. And you watch him go to one of the empty buildings. There's a cracked window on one side and shards of glass on the ground. When he walks past, there's a crunching sound before he uses his elbow to sort of push the door open, and because it's such a quiet area, the creaking is really loud.
God.
He cringes for a while, and then he
So
pushes
fun
it
this
again.
time.
Yeah, it's like
From where I hear, from where I am, I can hear the freaking sound, right?
yes.
I cringe a little bit as well.
Yeah, the cringe is felt. Like you see him cringe, and then you cringe, and you're pretty sure the horse cringed, and whatever rat is there cringed as well. He moves it. Thankfully, the creak is like waking up old bones, and eventually the creaking softens to a very low squeak, and then he slides in and disappears into the darkness.
After he walks in, I'll just walk into the building after.
Okay, easy enough. He has left the door ajar enough for you to slink in. Gunnlaug, this happens. You are outside. You are still behind a sheet.
I will now take the opportunity to slink in after check-in. I'll probably just take the same entry that he...
Okay, are you stealthing?
Yes.
Okay, roll me another stealth.
Can you
Yeah.
roll another 26? Oh shit,
my
you
God.
can.
That's pretty good.
That's
My
very good.
rolls are on fire right now,
That's
and they don't
pretty
actually
good.
really matter all that much. It is literally just to troll my own companions.
Zekan, roll me a perception, and I will roll a perception for.
Right,
Oh, okay.
Let me purge first before I roll.
Okay.
Do I roll this with? Oh my god, that's
Oh my god.
terrible. Those are terrible. Do
None
I
of
roll with
them.
advantage or just a normal perception?
Normal this time.
Normal perception. That
I
is
believe
a
that
22.
you...
Wow.
Oh,
I rolled
Wow.
single digits today.
yes. It's okay, it's because I'm taking all the high numbers.
Okay. Because what's his name? The postman didn't.
Hmm?
He rolled high, but his modifiers isn't as high, so he doesn't
Ah.
reach your 25, and you manage to slink in. What you see is, the space opens up. It's kind of like a 20 by 20 room. It is very insanely dusty. There is nothing on the ground except for broken wooden stuff. Just random stuff that should have been cleared out. You see rats scurrying across the floor. As you watch the rat, you turn to your left and you see a door that is open, like wide open, and staircases going down, and you hear the footsteps of the two other people who have walked in. Downstairs.
Perfect. I slink after them.
Okay. You are now slinking. I'm gonna hold at 25 stealth until anything interesting happens. Pretty much
Thank
you're a
you.
fly on the wall
Kind
at the
of you.
moment. Zekan,
Look, I don't intend to stay that way. I just want to, make a suitably, impressive entrance. I want there to be no doubt about, how badass I am.
What is Gunnlaug's a fake name right now?
Stacy.
Stacy.
Oh my goodness.
They call me Stacy.
Just imagine a very intimidating person and your name is Stacy.
Look, it's just Jessica Mark II, okay?
Uh,
She's gonna be dressed
Look,
intimidatingly, but she's
if
like, oh
you
my god.
if I take my half mask off, you're going to see, Gunnlaug anyways. And if this person
Yeah, that's
knows
fair.
even a little bit, he'll recognize me as not Stacy.
Yeah.
You're Stacy, the Phantom of the Opera at this point.
Yes.
Okay, you see this guy and the postman, whom you have no idea what his name is at the moment. You just know him as the postman who picked up
Yeah.
the thing. He's sort of just making a circuit. His back is towards you as if he is showing he is unafraid of this situation. He's very sure of himself. You can tell that as much from having to watch people before you assassinate them. He's very comfortable, but he is also very sort of unsure about this location, and then he sneezes. He wipes his nose. It's a very audible, like, snort. And then he turns around and he's like, why here?
Sorry, this is a known location, I think, easy.
Understandable, but oh my god, I'm gonna get hives. There's no place to sit, unfortunately. I can't ask you to sit.
This would be short, hopefully. Wouldn't be a long thing. Uh, first thing, first thing first. For your question earlier, way earlier, I'm the guy who gave you the package yesterday. I look different, yes.
Um,
Like,
the lighting situation in this area is not great. He barely has a lantern on. It's kind of almost dark. And he's human, so
oh, right, right. Um, let me do something. I'll just like for 6 seconds or so. I just light a torch just for him to see my uh, face. So the house uh, have a dim light suddenly before I sniff it out, just so he can see.
you light a torch, and yeah, it is caked in dust here. The footsteps that you brought along with you actually dig deep, and there's like it's obvious that you walked into the room, as well as this guy, and you can see now his his eyes have started to water, and he's
Oh
like
no.
rubbing his nose, and he's probably having like a dust allergy or something. And he scrutinizes you. Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage. Okay, persuasion. What's that is a 15.
Oh, that's something. Why are you rolling doubles? Damn.
Well, because I have the ability that I cannot go lower than a certain number. Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
the
no, no.
lowest I
As in,
can
as
go.
in. Oh, yeah, that's true. So it automatically becomes okay.
Mm.
Anyway, he nods after he takes about a minute to look at your face and try and vaguely remember what he remembers about the black and white cat. Postman Pat believes you miraculously. He
Oh.
takes out a handkerchief and he wipes his face. And he blows his nose. He's like, I don't really want to be here any longer than I have to. Achoo!
Okay, so
Uh,
right. I close the I dim. No, actually, I kill the light. Just kill it. And then just like, is there any place you want to be? Like, as I said in the morning, Popo wants to meet up. It's it's time.
I I know of Topher, but
Mhm.
He puts two and two together. You see his gears turning, and he's like, part of the resistance then. That surprises me, considering he's such a law-abiding, upstanding member of his community.
Have you heard what happened throughout the months, even recent months and weeks?
There's a lot of things that happen in Folsom. You have to be more specific.
People gone missing.
Oh, yes. I have no part in that. In fact,
No,
we are trying
yeah.
very hard to make heads or tails of this. How does
No,
that
no.
have to do with Topher?
Topher been trying to gauge what happened because he believes that those disappearance of people are not just somebody.
He
They
squints, but you're not sure if he's squinting because his eyes is finally sealing shut. No, joking. Um, but he seems to scrutinize you again as you're talking, and he goes, "At first, I thought you were just one of the weird person beyond the gates as guys considering. But now I wonder, who are you people? And why do you care?"
Well, we care because for my group specifically, she took away their life. For me personally, I'm just helping them. I might be known as someone else here, but I don't want to reveal that name just yet.
Also, can you talk louder?
Wait, it's not that it's not loud enough? Wait, what happened to my mic?
That's better
I
now.
don't know. It's
No,
better now.
I've been talking at this volume.
I don't understand. Anyway,
Okay,
yeah, that was a bit vague.
Okay.
And he sort of, he remains silent the entire time, like just waiting to see if you give more information.
So you might know, I'm not sure if you know of someone named Robert, a different Robert, not the one that is on a throne right now. Someone down low, scoundrel, likes to
I
hit
will
on
roll
women.
a history check for this guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people with the name Robert. You're going to have to be more specific. I send letters for a living. I can tell you exactly how many Roberts there are in this city.
Right.
I mean,
So as I said, scoundrel hits on women's. Usually stays in the. I'll say the location that his old home is, which is the granny's house that we used to stay. And then I also say he have take in two children while he was still around.
Okay, you know this for a fact. There is no chance anybody knows where you lived because Robert was very insistent on not letting people know where he lived because he killed people for a living.
Yeah, but I'm just putting it out just in case if he knows something,
Um,
because I'm not sure if like
you're saying this. He wipes his eyes again, and he's still silent. He's like that narrows it down to 20% of the population who are Roberts.
right. Guess you don't know him then. Well, that's fine. But yes, I'm just someone who helps that try to track down the name. I will not use her, that have taken their lives away from them. Yes, and Topher believes those people that disappear are trying to change Paulson. But that's all I know regarding that.
Do you know anyone else aside from Topher? Make me an insight check.
Alright.
Gunnlaug, also make me an insight check because you can see this happening.
Thank you. I am good at this, so hopefully. Our street remains.
Whoa! Whoa! Insight, not investigation.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. I'll reroll. Never mind.
No, it's okay. You rolled a natural 15.
It is still the same number if it's the same roll. Yeah, it is the same modifier.
Oh,
I have 12 as well.
okay, 22.
Same.
You both managed to see through his sort of phishing attempt. Input password. No. Gunnlaug, he seems to know what's up. You feel like he knows there are more than Topher. And he's quite surprised that Topher is one of them. So he definitely knows one other person at least. Zekin, you know that he's fishing for information.
Yes. So I will say that currently I only can say Topher because he is the one that asked me to relay the message that he wants to meet up.
Odd.
The rest is up to him what he wants to say.
And you know where we're going to be meeting and when.
Well, he wants to meet up, so if you said yes, I will tell him, and then we will set up a meeting.
I think
Obviously
it would
not
be best
here.
to decide on a meeting here, and then I will spread the word where I can, and I'm sure Topher has already as well. I'm afraid we don't have time nor the resources to do a back and forth. We can't
Can I
dance. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I step in? And I want to say, I suggest you tell your other informants and associates as well.
Immediately he turns around to regard you, and you see put 2 daggers on each hand already out to throw, but he stops
Two in
himself.
each hand.
Yes.
2 daggers on each hand.
I also turns and look is like, God, when did you come in?
Okay, he relaxes a little bit. Since there seems to be some sort of camaraderie, he sheaths the daggers. You see the dagger go into his coat, one inside his boot, and so on and so forth. Like it's all hidden in weird places, and it's surprising that he managed to pull them out fast. It's a
I
speedy
believe
boy.
your enemies have been so successful because you are all so fractured. If you would actually take care to get to know each other and work together, I think it would be a lot harder for them.
Now you're soft.
Yeah, I do not know why, but because
this better?
Yes.
earlier when Shah speaks, he's also soft, so I'm not sure what happened.
Why? Okay, because I'm looking at
Are we
levels.
better now?
We are
You are
definitely
better, yeah,
better
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hears that, and you do see a point of recognition in his face, and there is tacit agreement in his stance. He doesn't say as much, but he relaxes a
Your
little
goals seem to align. So I don't see why. Look, I understand protecting your own, but if there's more of you, there's more people to help protect.
bit. He takes a deep breath, and then sneezes.
Sorry, this is a place I know, and then this is the. No one has gotten allergy as far as I know.
It's not been in use for a long time.
Look, I have very poor constitution.
No
Allergies
one
a new
cleans
D&D
this place.
5e mechanic, guys.
Comedy
Poison
sneezing.
through dust.
Every time it's your turn. On your turn, you have to make a roll. Sneeze or go.
Oh my god. Stealth would be a pain.
Terrible, terrible day for a rogue.
Yes.
Beyond that, I think Topher has noticed that the people going missing are people who have some sort of vested interest in making this place nicer. So, if you weren't so fractured, you might have all noticed sooner.
We noticed that. Give us a
Did
way
you
to
notice
contact
that?
you.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he
Alright.
hears the repetition and he nods. Um, he, you also make me an intimidation check.
Hmm. I'm like, and still you're not.
Oh,
Wow.
he is intimidated.
Because you recognize me.
No, he doesn't. He's just like he senses your conviction, and you don't think that they've been spoken to by children, by like children in a really long time. For somebody to come at you when you're doing something for so long and say, "Look, you're doing your job wrong," is such an insult, and because there rings true in your insult, he's sort of taken aback. You see him sort of quietly try to wipe the snot off his nose, and then he goes, "Yes, it is a pertinent issue that some of us are trying to solve, and I am in contact with one other. I'm sure some of them are in contact with others as well, and we just need to get together and get realigned. Unfortunately, it's very hard to do without a singular central leader. We all work in very vastly different ways, some lawful, some chaotic."
I believe that's why Topher says it is time to at least meet up and discuss regarding this situation.
If you're
How
keen,
long have you been operating? Sorry.
for a while now, I was born into this service.
How successful do you feel you guys have been? That is an honest question, not intended to insult.
Because of your prior intimidation, he doesn't take it as an insult, he takes it as a reflection of work done and efficacy. And he shakes his
Can-
head. We've
Can I-
merely staved what could be worse. Go ahead, Kang.
Can I add something because seems like Gunnlaug is having a hand on like trying to talk him through out of this.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Because he says like she asked like how long you have been like doing this and what's your success rate. I want to add that have you heard about the fall of some towers in the distance that kick up a lot of dust?
That is so
Has
vague.
Has news even come that far into Folsom? That
I, the DM, am assuming you're talking about the Fallen Spires.
yes, the fallen
Okay.
spires. Those are towers, right? Very very
He
huge. Yeah.
he nods. We've heard of one particular strange spire. We didn't even know it existed. Honestly, I have no further information about that. Both of you make me an insight check.
Inside.
Oh, big.
Ooh.
20.
Oh, big.
Yo,
37.
we are so on fire.
He says that, but you also know that he's sort of he's not lying about knowing there's one missing, but he's lying about where he knew it from. Like he's waffling. He's like, I know it, but I kind of know it. I maybe have, like bleh.
Yeah, that's fair. At
Oh,
least he
look
knows
at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look at him really intently.
I want to point out that she is part of those people that you guys have spent your life work trying to do what's right, what took them less than a month to bring down a spire or two.
We didn't know it existed
one.
previously.
He's like, I didn't even know these things existed or what they did.
What do
Uh,
you do?
Can I use the 27 to know if he's lying or he actually doesn't know about?
He actually doesn't know about the spires prior to news of a spire falling.
Hmm.
To be fair, we
So-
also didn't know about the spires until we walked into one. Right?
Also, I know
We've only
there's-
been awake for like a month though.
yeah, yeah, but we know something is happened.
They don't
Like
leave their house.
there's a dome. There's something going on. But yeah, we just don't know what's doing this weird stuff. But now we know what is doing this weird stuff. This why it's so vacant in terms of creatures, spirits, and whatnot.
Wait, are you
How
saying
about-
this out loud?
No, this
Yeah,
is
what-
out of character. This is out
Okay,
of
okay,
character.
okay, okay,
Oh,
okay, okay.
okay.
Just
Because
checking,
boss
just
was
checking.
talking,
Jesus.
boss
I
is
was
not
like,
here.
are you?
No, boss is talking. I'm talking to boss.
Oh, Busk in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'll suggest that. Okay. Look, we might have some information about a whole lot of things going on this continent, and I think that would be a good discussion to have in a larger group with other like-minded people.
Again, is there a way we can contact you and figure out where? Because obviously, word needs to get out. And honestly, if we can do it tonight, I would be much happier with the situation.
Shit. Question. Stacy
Alright.
hasn't seen Stacy Gunnlaug Stacy. Stacy hasn't seen Butcherman yet, right?
No.
No, but I would like to as well. So I'm just kind of going to look at check in
Alright.
and be like, do you reckon we can pay a visit to Topher? He'll be in, right?
This hour he's just closing shop. He hasn't like gone off somewhere, right?
You guessed that he would live in the area, maybe? But yeah, the last time you were hanging out there, he only left around 7.
I can
It's not 7 yet. We can
No,
I can
pay a
run.
casual visit.
it's not
I
even
can- yeah.
6.
We can pay him a visit. We can pay him a visit and we will discuss immediately tonight.
Zekin, you know that Topher's house is not the place.
No,
Yes.
but the Topher's workplace.
Is
Because
not the
he-
place.
How about
It's like inviting somebody to Robert's house.
No,
Yeah.
no. Just want to, um,
Robert will stab you.
right.
No, sorry,
So-
no,
Hey.
not Robert. Topher will stab you.
So do I just
Boomer?
wait? So do I just I just go to Topher and just like go grab him.
Boomer,
Right.
maybe you would like to go invite Topher to have a chat with us.
Right.
Maybe this guy has a place, location that he can suggest.
We're already also in a location that we can talk at, apparently.
This is a
this seems-
location. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
Yes.
somewhere that is not here, that so he won't sneeze anywhere.
I don't give a shit if he
How about
sneezes.
this? Yeah, you'll get over it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Seems like even
Clean the
fact
place
that-
while waiting for the
Yeah.
others, you know.
I
Uh,
think
yeah,
we'll
see what can
invite
be
the
done.
rest of our friends, and if you'd like to invite Topher,
I'll go grab Topher. I'll go have a chat with him and see if he'll come. Says that you'll be here.
I'll stick here with our new friend, and I'll send a
I
little
think
message to our other
Doesn't this
friends.
guy need to like go around to find?
He does, yeah.
Oh.
He needs to
He's
Yeah,
tell
he has,
his
he has to
friend.
go
Oh, okay,
invite
okay,
other
okay.
people also. So.
He's going
Yeah.
and finding his own friend,
But
yeah.
but right now it's
I see,
just
I see.
the first meeting to see like will this work? Mm, Can we set up a next meeting sort of deal?
Here in an hour.
In that case, I'll go speak with him. So hope you don't die through sneeze. I'll just walk up and try to
If he could
had to-
squint any harder, he would, but his eyes are like halfway shut, and it's puffy. And he goes
Oh,
upstairs.
well,
He's like,
Oh,
oh,
man.
upstairs is better.
I will walk fast, not running, but just like fast paced. Try to head to Topher's butcher shop.
Okay, both of you leave the place. It does
No,
take
only
you.
me.
Huh? I thought Gunnlaug
Only-
wants to go see Topher as well.
I'm assuming Topher is coming here, isn't he?
Eventually.
Hopefully.
Okay, I'll go
Okay.
with, and I'll shoot a message to Bosk and to Speaker with this location and tell them to be here in an hour. We're getting some people together and moving things along.
Okay. The speaker, you hear this. Bosk. Are both of you in the same place, Bosk and speaker?
Yeah, I would say Speaker will be updating Bosk.
Okay. So Gunnlaug, you would know not to send it to Bosk because hopefully speaker will be like Bosk is here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. he would
If
do
the
that.
first person lets me know they're with the other, I will not. But if they don't, I will send to both.
Okay, but
Makes sense.
you also know that Valerius is not here.
Yep.
If you want to spend sending to go give him one as well.
Sure, sure.
DM question. The fishing village place is 2 hours away, right?
Thereabouts, probably further.
Okay, I might do a. And then like we had how long before the postman meeting happened?
You have an okay, from when you stopped.
After Gaia.
After Gaia is actually you have tons of time. You have an
Okay.
insane amount of
Uh,
time because after
I
Gaia
would
is
like
like,
to,
lunch one maybe.
Okay, I will probably have a one-on-one RP thing where speaker spends that time to go to the fishing village and back
Okay, Ken.
to like make sure there are no
Yeah.
there isn't like 50 red lights and all that coming on later. But yeah,
When the-
he will use the time for that, and the rest will be briefing Bosk and having coffee or whatever.
Yeah, when the investigator comes to the fishing village, you don't want her to be like, oh, there's this guy who came to ask questions. And they're like, huh? Who?
Huh? I thought they're your friend.
Yeah.
No, I thought they're your friend. Okay, easy enough. Just ping me a message. Okay, you hear from Gunnlaug, and you were told to meet in. They don't actually know this
Part
place.
of town.
Yeah, I'll tell them where, but they'll have an hour to figure out where that is.
Wait,
Let's
this-
find a place with just instructions.
Okay, just because funny, make me a survival check. I think Bosk is quite personable, right?
So what I'll do is
And
give
Mira's
them
there.
the part of town with some landmarks
Have some numbers.
nearby, and then a landmark on the street to look for the washing line.
Okay.
Okay, so
23
as in you want them to go and find you all at the empty
I
printing
also
press
must
area, whatever.
Decipher
Mm.
the
Um,
instruction.
23 is pretty good. You
Okay.
also spend some time, casually asking people about certain
sorry,
districts.
chop a bit first.
Sure.
Speaker will respond back to the sending, like, are they being watched? Are they being followed? Is there any trouble or to bring anything? Like, in the 25 words.
Setting up meeting with the different factions sooner rather than later. Less notice, less interception.
Okay. Now I would like everybody to make me a perception check.
Perception.
Everybody.
Perception.
Everybody, yeah.
I can't see anything.
Oh no, 15,
Maybe
14.
I can.
Rock
It's
your
something.
body, yeah.
What the hell is happening with my rolls today?
I don't
This
know. You are
is
better than me today.
wild.
It's too
You're
good.
I'll
pet-
It's
stand
too
in a
good.
dark corner and be invisible.
Oh, okay. Zekin and Gunnlaug, you're pretty sure that you are safe as you traverse to get to Topher's. Speaker, Van, Bureau, and Bosk, you'll find it quite easy thanks to Bosk's deciphering of information
over here.
and with Van and Bureau being equally as personable as they are asking certain questions, you know, being very amicable tourists and going, oh yeah, what's this street about? Oh, is there any historical significance about blah blah blah? I heard that there's an area where it's just washing women. Giving you a good idea of where it is. You find the place. It is empty at the moment, but the door is slightly ajar. It's also very strange for all of you to be congregating outside.
We enter the building?
Yeah, if the speaker will check to see if the coast looks clear before going in.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Wasn't that what we just did? Or is that a different
That was
a
before
different-
you
different-
arrived.
one?
To
Okay.
see if someone was
This one is
watching us.
Specifically for the speaker.
Speaker, you look around before you enter the worn down building. This area
You sure this is the place?
is kind of worse for wear. But you manage to catch a glimpse of a curtain being hastily closed as you look around. It seems too obvious to be somebody that is directly trying to catch you, but it is still curious. You know exactly where the location is if you choose to go investigate.
Okay. Does there seem to be anyone else out in the open or witnessing or anything?
Currently you've seen maybe one or two people at the most, and they're walking back to wherever. You've seen people turn the corner to another street to go home, but you haven't seen people go in and out of any buildings in this area.
Okay. How far is that building and that window?
It is about one building away from the building opposite you.
How many feet?
How many feet the buildings are? You think the buildings go up to 3 stories? They're relatively short. Most of the buildings don't go beyond 3 stories, actually. Majority
like
of them are
30?
2 stories high.
Okay, speaker will. Okay, who is immediately within speaking or hearing range of of the party? Is
You're clumped.
Is Mr. Sneezy Man there?
Oh, Mr. Sneezy is not here at all.
I think we're the only ones here for now.
Okay, we're the only ones. And speaker will say, someone's watching us from that window yonder. He'll glance to the side eye to indicate where it is. I'm going to ask them about it. And he will, assuming that we are still being watched by other people in the street by doing their own thing, he's going to casually walk to that building.
Okay, you casually walk to the building. You now hear various living noises. It is occupied. It's just not as occupied as it could be. This is clearly one of the more destitute areas. Kind of reminiscent of where Gunnlaug's mom used to stay. Except those were a bit taller in stature, the buildings.
Yeah, because city.
The main door is locked as you try and push through.
I didn't say he would try. Well, he would try the door once, but that wasn't the main plan.
Sure.
Now I just need to figure out, like, because this brings him back to certain things and memories, and someone might die of a heart attack very soon. Uh, he's going to feel slightly bad about this, but he will walk up the wall vertically to where the window was.
Oh my
Are
goodness.
you Spider-Man walking up?
So like the monks have that weird
Run up the wall.
unarmed
Oh.
movement thing. At
Yeah.
9 level, you gain ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn without
So you're
falling down
you're
during the
you're
move.
literally doing a Valerius with all your core muscles and your flag pulling up.
No,
And
I think
long
the monk one is
arms.
more like you're running really fast, so you can like up the wall, like a ninja. Ninjas can't do that, but you know.
Oh, that's terrifying. That is terrifying. Okay, you run up the wall. Okay, tell me how this happens because you're trying to get to the window, right? It's on the
Yeah,
second
which
floor.
is the second floor? Okay.
Which
So
means you can't land on the roof. But the window, like I said, this place looks unkept. So if you, in your
Is there
power,
glass in the window, or is it just like a
It's-
open
yes, it's glass.
window with a curtain?
Thankfully.
Okay.
If you so
Okay,
much
we'll
as
just-
sneeze wrongly, it might break.
So sneeze rightly.
okay. He, he will harken back to his days of like when he was more savage, aka when he was like the barbarian class, and he knows his footing better now from those times on the roof of Bror and all that. So he's going to like use not just his legs but his arms as well, which are long, to like grip and support as he moves up, so that the weight is distributed. He's not like jumping like crazy like last time. So he's distributing the weights, learn from his mistakes. And long arms will help him reach the second floor as well as his own feet.
I'm assuming you're hanging off the window ledge because it's not open.
Yeah, also it helps that he has lost weight since the whole business. But yeah, he
Well.
will hang on the window ledge and use his arms sort of like pry it open.
Okay, I'm gonna cut back to Bosk really quickly. You see this happen. You see this madman run up and is hanging at the window ledge, and he's trying to jimmy this open. Van and Biro have already gone into the house because they want nothing to do with this. Are you watching or are you going in?
I'll tell them to give us a shout if you run into anything in there, and then I'll like walk to a better spot to view what Speaker is doing.
Okay. Speaker.
How far? Like Speaker's like right at the window where he saw the person. is it?
Yes. You know exactly where that is because he did point it out to you. And like
Okay,
I said,
I'll
if you
walk
cross the
to,
road,
like-
if you
Mhm.
cross the road and walk just like 2 minutes to the left or right is already a different building. And Speaker is
Okay.
on the right.
Okay, let me double check my grappling hook range. I think it's like 20 feet.
The person peek, literally a SWAT team comes through
I know,
the next
they
second.
They got swatted.
yeah. I will get a bit closer to the window so that I'm within grappling hook range.
Okay, you are.
But I will not fire the grappling hook. I'm just watching because, hey, look. A large creature is climbing a wall. That's interesting and new, surely.
Okay. Speaker, you open the window easily. It wasn't locked. And you push aside the curtain to find a very Spartan room with a adult-sized single bed. And you don't see any creature in this room, but you do see the door that's closed. And make me a perception check, please.
Okay, now this is getting interesting. Because a normal person would just like shut the window and like there they wouldn't like shut and hide.
28.
28.
You listen. Whoever that was looking upon you is now outside, and it sounds like a small voice of a child complaining to its mother. And you look around. The room is clean, and you finally see proof that this is like a very poor child's domicile. It's Spartan, but there's proof. You listen further, and the mom is saying things to calm the kid, like he's making things up. You know, there's no monsters. Nobody's outside. Nobody lives here. Very reassuring. Make me like a general history check. Like a history check, yes. Historier.
Like any typical monk, I've never really invested much into that, but let's try it.
Oh. The fact that your microphone failed at just the right time to wiggle your voice enough is extra funny. You
His
think back.
history is relevant for things 250 years ago.
You were
Fair,
trying
fair.
to dig into
Understandable.
250 years ago.
Yeah.
Why would somebody live here when it's so destitute and with a child? Surely, you think back to the days when your young master was with you, and no way. And then you remember, oh wait, you're rich.
No way. Too suspicious. Oh, wait a second. These people have no money.
Maybe a curious child, or maybe they're stationed here for something else. You're not sure. Right now, it's not important. Your heartstrings is pulled by thoughts of the young master being afraid and being taught to be strong, just as this mother is doing to that child, and you have a choice.
Looking around this room, what else is there besides the adult-sized bed? Like, from what he'll try to sniff as well from the 28. Like, does there seem to be multiple scents here, or just like
Yes.
two of them?
There seems to be a smell of old people. You know, there's a mother here, but she doesn't seem old enough to be old people smelly. So you think there might be grandparents living here as well? How many? You're not sure. Because this place is not dusty. It's very well kept. Except most of the stuff is old. You think the child? You're not sure about some kind of father, maybe? Or mother?
Okay, so stuff is old but not broken here.
No. It seems to be continuously maintained.
Interesting. Actually, what does the outside of the building look like?
So shit. Like, you won't sort of understand this because it's like a local place, and I don't know places in Perth, but
What?
I should go to Perth and just
should.
look at buildings. Imagine Jalan Pudu, the old offices there.
Yes.
Yes, Pudu. Like before it was developed. Like, you know, with the sticky walls and everything is mildewy and old.
I suppose the better question is, does the outside of the building seem consistent with the interior of this room, or is there like a mismatch?
There is a slight mismatch only because the room is lived in. The outside, the municipality doesn't care about it and therefore doesn't come in to clean, to maintain, And it's not the job of the people living in this house to worry about it until they have
Okay.
to. Gunnlaug can tell you
So-
extensively how that happens.
Okay, so speaker is going to do this. So he can hear the child speaking to the mom, and he realizes that his paranoia was bringing him back to old places. So give me a sec.
Sure. In the meantime, Bosk is just looking up. Lights vaguely flickering from the room. No other lights exist. Make me a perception check.
Are other people being drawn to the
Okay.
spectacle?
So
Oh no.
Nope, you're
remembers
focused.
that.
Yes.
And how much does it seem like it would cost to live in this city for like a month like that for the destitute?
You remember people were giving Zekin about 1 silver or a couple of coppers, but generally 1 silver seems to be the going rate. And you think that should buy you a meal? It did cost you 2 gold to buy a decent outfit for Gunnlaug.
Okay, so let's see. And then it takes like rested. So he's going to take out 2 platinum in small change and leave it under the pillow, like a weird version of the Tooth Fairy, before like
terrifying.
opening the window and sneaking back out again.
The Tooth Fairy is prepaying for all your teeth. Make sure they're under the pillow tomorrow.
no.
You sneak out the window
And
easily enough to
and
make
make
your
it
way
look
down.
like he never was here again.
Roll me an investigation check to retrace your steps and make it look like you were never here.
I am a monk.
You are a
Things have gone poorly.
Okay. You close the window as best you can after you close the curtains. You're pretty sure inside the house people would not notice much. But as you descend and reach the ground with your miraculous no fall damage monk skill, you realize there's scuffs on the wall along the place that you ran, and you're like, it's fine, I guess.
Oh well, he'll
Hey,
clean
run
his
around the
path
rest of the
and
building.
join.
It just makes divots in the rest of the building.
He cleans his paws and goes to join the others.
Okay,
And
you
he'll let them know there's no problem, no harm.
easy. That was a little bit of an adventure.
I look around and I'm like, well, it was very eye-catching seeing you climb up the wall. Other people may have seen as well.
I made sure no one was looking.
And nod. Okay. The other
And if
two are
someone
inside the
did, I
building.
will have words with them.
The other two have gone into the building and it seems safe. I turn back and look at the building. Guess we head inside.
You go inside, and Van and Bureau have illuminated the area. They didn't go down to the basement. They just occupied the main space, the 20 by 20 foot square. Cleaned what they can, illuminated some stuff, and will cart.
How's the basement looking?
Oh, it's terrible. It's so dusty. Nobody would want to go in there. It's horrible. But if we
I
have
might.
to,
I might.
You're not here. She breathes heavily, and then we cut to Gunnlaug and Zekin, who has arrived at the at Topher's and is halfway explaining what the TLDR is, and he is ready to go. Essentially,
Huge,
Right.
huge. Meanwhile, the
Uh,
rest of us have to do cleaning without magic. Ah, even 5e.
damn
Why
it,
is
prestidigitation.
Why no one ever
Hilarious.
brought Bestie?
Hilarious.
Shakes fist at the air.
The maid is gone.
The
Anyway,
one Bestie guy.
is there any information you need from Topher as you are walking and talking where you can?
Hmm. Um. What do I tell Topher?
Well,
Or do I ask Topher
Gunnlaug
something?
is there as well because she wants
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see Topher, right?
Oh,
So
Right. Yeah.
it's
You
it's
were
pretty
there.
much a conversation, like very light conversation, because he doesn't want to call attention to himself walking with like a scraggly cat and Phantom of the Gunnlaug.
Opera.
He's not scraggly anymore. He changed.
He's still a scraggly brown cat.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Um,
Look, I look like I fit in with the youth crowd of this town. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay, Phantom of the
you
Opera.
blend in, you blend in with the theater, I believe.
No, she does.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
more locally punk
thi-
aesthetic is like stick out to
Yeah.
cause trouble. But most people
I-
will be like, oh, she wants to cause trouble, pretend she doesn't exist, which
Oh.
makes it very effective as a hiding tool, actually.
I do want to ask though, just a passing
Uh.
comment that if Topher speak with other people, like if he's seeing someone else, just as a passing word, like seeing if he in connection with other group. I'm saying outside, like are you meeting someone? Is there a missus that we don't know? But yeah, I'm trying to
Is
use Steve
there
Ken.
Mrs. Topher?
What?
The way, okay, I'm sorry. The way you say things,
This is
and this
such
is
a weird thing.
this is not what Topher would think, but this is
Uh.
what I would think. Like me, the person, the DM, would be like, "Are you hitting on Topher right now?" No,
Right?
but Topher's like very deadpan, straight face. He's
I
like
don't have a
everybody's
lot of
uncle.
breadth
He's
of
like, no, there isn't a Mrs. Topher. Life's been busy. And then he tells you there's a lot of nieces and nephews that he takes care of. It's why he's so diligent in taking care of his shop. And he hopes that one day some of his nieces and nephews would take over the butchering business.
Now, I have a question.
Yes.
It's for the DM though, because Topher knew who Bosk and Valerius was, right?
Yes.
Does he recognize Gunnlaug? Does he realize who else has shown up in his shop?
No, not at the moment. I mean, you
Cool.
unless you have shown
Nope.
specific. Yeah, so he hasn't really clocked it because you're dressed like a local. You're dressed like a local who wants to stick out, so he's gonna ignore you harder.
Yep. Good.
Because that's what adults do.
Just checking,
Yeah.
Mm,
vibe checking, pretty much.
Yeah. You think that maybe it will come to him, but you also know that the group came in with Van and Biro, who are odd themselves, so it's not surprising that maybe the group would
Yeah,
travel
yeah.
with other young people, is what you guess.
And look, I think will be better revealed anyways when there is more of them around and we can discuss openly.
Hmm.
So.
mm.
If there's nothing else, you also see that he catches up with Nadira, the person you give the bag to, who sold you some stuff.
It's
Hey.
the flower girl, right?
She's not the flower girl.
The other flower girl.
It's the
That's-
other.
yeah,
This
yeah.
one sells flower in stalls.
Nadira is the salad lady, the one who's like
Wait.
edible flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
To- To be
The other
fair,
flower
the
lady.
other
The
flower
other
lady
flower
is
lady,
not
yeah.
Dari, who has a very similar name.
Oh, that's true. I just thought of that. Damn.
No wonder we're confused.
Nah.
Yeah, I
No,
was
no.
thinking, yeah.
One is Dira,
So,
the other one is Dari.
oh wait,
Yeah,
Nadira is in
very
the
different.
wet marks
Totally different people.
area.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Yep.
She waves at him.
Of course, naturally.
Both of you make me an insight check.
Insight check.
Yeah, as in, is she someone that should be in on this conversation? Oh my god, look at me go! I don't
Oh my
understand.
god.
Oh no,
Uh,
all the flower ladies
well,
know
we're
each other and are part of the resistance.
it's just the flower resistance. Surprisingly, yes, there was a look that was given from Topher to Nadira, and then she smiled and nodded. Most people would just see that as like a neighbor saying hi, because he did mention that she told him that another bag was deposited.
mm.
And you are privy to this information because he was like, "Oh, I heard that Nadira got another sack." So it's not surprising. A few minutes later, actually, like 15 minutes later, she catches up, and now there's just idle small talk between the four of you. Nadira recognizes Gunnlaug, and she's asking you a lot of different questions. Depending on what angle you want to do, I would like you to give me an insight. So how are you conversing with Nadira? No, wait, she doesn't recognize you. You were dressed
No,
as somebody
she-
else.
No,
No.
this is
No,
Phantom of the
I don't think
Gunnlaug right
so.
No,
now.
no, this is
just-
Phantom of the Gunnlaug. No, I
Yes,
take
yes.
that all
And-
back. I completely forgot.
And I was more like I was more trying to ask if Topher was like, is she someone that we should pick up for this kind of conversation?
Oh yeah, they seem no. Well, they seem to be having a conversation like that's very airy fairy, catching up. How are your brothers? How is your mom? And she's like, it's fine. I'm going foraging tomorrow for new supplies. There's a big party coming up. Make me an investigation check with advantage. Okay, no. If I'm not mistaken, language proficiency, can it be tied to a skill? Maybe.
Language proficiency?
Yes. Okay, let's do this.
Normally you know the language or you don't know the language.
Because
There can be, related languages, loan words, and all sorts of
Yeah.
things. So I guess somewhere either intelligence or wisdom. Wisdom maybe more for picking up
Wisdom is
context,
like
and intelligence
the
more for
vibe.
picking up specific words and knowing what they mean.
okay, let's do
Okay.
this. Make me an investigation check with advantage, because you're trying to decipher what they're saying to each other with like this weird Creole, like thieves can't, but it's not thieves can't. You
Oh,
know
they're
they're
using-
talking in
Watch
circles.
my
Oh, they're
streak.
using mixed can?
Yeah, there we go.
Before
Hey.
it was cool.
It's this weird Creole. Zach,
Oh my
you got
god, this is terrible.
it.
Okay.
It's still 22.
I mean, it's
Good luck.
three
You
and
don't have a classical education. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gunnlaug was like, "What are they talking about?" But you vaguely know that they're talking about more than the surface value of the conversation. Second, you know exactly what they're talking about in bits and pieces, and you know when to insert yourself in. They're basically having a discussion on the reason why Topher is walking this direction this late at night, and it has something to do with a meeting that he asked to have with other groups, and she is quite surprised. From the outside, it sounds like he's talking about a wedding of a person you don't know about, and she's surprised because the person is not supposed to get married this year. He was supposed to get married to another person.
I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a friend of that person. I didn't know about that as well.
If there was a record skip, this would be when both of them turn around to you and just it takes them a while to go back in
Mm-hmm.
and eventually just accept it. You still don't know whether she's in the same group as Topher or she's in a different group, but it feels like she might be a different sect.
I I originally I this is just my theory that guys package to the people, those people are all a group of themselves. So I have a theory that she's part of it somewhat,
Okay,
a
would you
group at
like
least.
to engage with this theory?
I would like to deep deeper into this theory if I can.
Okay, how?
Like
They're
you
having
want
this
me to engage,
conversation.
you're right. So how do I? What can I do to engage? Like try to like
Okay, you also recognize that Gunnlaug is very confused,
yeah.
and I don't know what facial expression Gunnlaug is making.
Because I have a
Confused.
theory that she is even before you tell me that I have a theory that she might be in a group, but this one kind of like pushed me into very likely she is a group of her own, but I'm not sure if she is with Topher. She know of Topher, at least that much we know. But yeah,
Um,
I'll just like
as
yeah.
as a member of part of a resistance, your fireflies, you know that the key phrase, the first half, has
Hmm.
different endings depending on what sect. You know how the
Oh,
original is
okay.
fire, fire burning bright in the
Yeah,
forest
fire,
of the
fire.
night?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the forest of the night can be different from for different groups.
Mm.
So you know that's one way that you can possibly check.
Wait. I'm sorry. Fire, fire, burning bright, and what's the second word again? I think I missed that.
Oh, don't worry,
The
it
second phrase.
changes group to group.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So your
Because
group, if somebody says fire, fire burning bright, your reply would be different from Topher's group.
right.
But they recognize it as okay, we come from the same lineage.
Okay.
And it's also why you were like, you shouldn't just say it to anyone when Van said it to Idem.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why did you just say it like that? But yes. Am I so bold just to ask them?
I don't know, it's up to you. Gunnlaug is still very confused, by the way, and you're walking and talking.
I can't hear any of this.
Yeah. Um. You know, there's a saying that that our friend once say, "Fire, fire, burning bright." Not sure if it make any sense.
They both look at each other and they nod. They look at you and they look at Gunnlaug. The exchange that exists between the four of you right now is
Mm.
Topher and Nadira looks at Zekin or Mume, whichever name you're using,
Mm-hmm.
and goes, okay, he's one of us, but what about you? Why do you look confused
I
right now?
just I just raise one eyebrow, like a little bit like, do you want to have this conversation here on the street?
And I just say and friends.
Zekin, the conversation turns into a weird talk. To Gunnlaug, now it has changed to the kind of birthday cake, or no, the kind of
Mm.
wedding cake that's going to come out, and whether or not caterers have been booked. But to to Zekin, they are asking you right now,
Mm-hmm.
how much does Gunnlaug know? How much does she know? Because right now, even they just know you as Stacy.
Yes. So I will
Hmm.
at least say that. Well, at least in tips can, if can. Uh, that they know about there are people fighting splinter groups. They know Topher at least. They know you. They know about the others that comes with me. I think I know Topher knows, but I don't know if uh, Miss Flower Lady there knows about the group that comes with.
Miss,
Uh,
you guess that Miss Flower Lady doesn't really know what's up,
mm,
because she was just told about this and she's following along. She's like, oh, must be
mm,
important. Topher right
yeah.
now,
So mm,
all four of you are walking straight. I don't know what your arrangement is, but every so often he will look at in Gunnlaug's direction, and Gunnlaug, you feel as if
Good.
his eyes are piercing into you, as in like, who is this girl?
um,
Good.
I do not want to expose Gunnlaug because that is her own
He's
thing. If she
literally
wants,
following
yeah,
here. There's going to be far more questions if you don't. Let's just put it that
yeah.
way.
But yeah, but I would say like she knows that the people that I've come with, she is of one of the people that I come with actually. So she
I
knows as
just
much.
smirk a little bit, like enjoying his confusion for the time being.
So she knows as much as that's a week and a month and a month and a week. What? Yeah. She knows as much as I know. The group knows, like the group as in like the group that I come with. So
Specifications.
take that how much you will.
We
He
can
he
So
speak more
nods.
privately when we get there.
He nods again, but he's still trying to scrutinize Gunnlaug. Something is sort of niggling in the back of his
Nagging
head.
at him,
Like
yeah.
he
yeah.
he recognizes it, but he doesn't recognize it. But it's also kind of dimly lit, so he's not sure whether he's
So
racist or not.
um, I will say that at least for this, trust that trust me. Or if you don't trust me, like trust
He's
that we
already
are
coming
under the
along.
group.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
The trust is there. It's more like because two out of three have already been converted. It's just
Mm.
the main one.
I have. It has been a long time talking that they want me to teach them the new thief scan, but I should teach them the new thief scan.
I mean, that's a problem with languages. Anyway, you walk and
Yeah.
talk, and Gunnlaug, you feel eyes on you every so often, and you sort of also recognize that he has slowed down the number. He has whittled down the number of words that are coming out of his mouth. He's thinking. Meanwhile, Nadira is just like most of it nonsense to you. You eventually make your way to the place. This
Mm.
time, as soon as you enter the alleyway that Gunnlaug you previously entered in, you recognize that the sheets that were hung outside is now gone. At some point, it was taken in, and you see Zekin and the other two walk really quickly, but silently, and they just go into the door. And everybody sort of meets up, and you're surprised to also find Riffin there, but Valerius is not there. Topher is with Nadira. The postman guy
Postman?
is with another person. And you recognize this other person as the guy who picked up the potatoes.
Hey!
Potato Man. And they all
Potato
Man.
Man.
look at you in sort of amusement. And at this point, most of them recognizes you, and Topher turns around to them because at some point he also remembers who you are, and he kept shut and he kept walking, and he sort of come to terms with it right now, and he goes, hey guys, that's her daughter. It's fine, she's good.
Nice to meet you formally.
And then all of them, yeah, it's very strange. You didn't expect to see so many people, and Riffin is sort of again leaning against the door, and you're not in the basement anymore, to the joy of Postman. And Postman is the one that spoke up first. I never took you to be one of us, Topher. Well, I never realized you were running around with... Did you bring anyone? And then Postman points to Potatoes.
Potato.
He's with me. And then Nadira speaks up behind
Should have
Topher.
given them all accents for extra fun.
Said, no, I will die. Nadira peeks out from the back of Topher going, hello, I am here as well. And I'm quite surprised, to be honest. I mean, I'm not surprised with you. She points to Riffin, who's like, what? It's not like, you know, I'm gonna surprise anybody else. Don't worry about the other guy with the helmet. He's upstairs with the boss. I'm just here to look at stuff, to observe. You know what we do. And then she continues being silent next to the door. Everybody is now looking at the rest of you guys for direction. You can feel wondering, what are we doing here? You can feel half of them deciding that already this is a waste of time. How do you combat this?
I believe Topher has said it before, that this is a time to meet finally, to tackle a common foe, is it not?
Silence continues around the room as they wait for more information.
Speaker will move forward. Now it's evening, is it?
Now is nighttime.
Night.
You think about 8 o'clock?
Alright.
6, 7.
Nope.
Oh,
It's about
that
8,
much.
yeah.
We gather in the dark now, in the hopes of a better tomorrow morning. And he will put upon his chest. I go by Speaker now. And I'll be taking questions later. But for now, how many of you are familiar with the towers and the network?
You see the postman put his hand up. You see Riffin put her hand up. You see Topher put his hand up. You see Potatoes Man put his hand up, and Nadira is like, I don't know.
Okay, a lot of them.
Not bad.
Alright.
One of them's
good.
gone.
These towers, to put it in simpler terms, are what she's using to keep this entire continent under wraps from the rest of the world, or
It
rest
doesn't.
of the world it used to be in.
It doesn't take you an insight check to notice that Nadira is very excited at this prospect.
There's more world out there?
More like, this is our linchpin.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sort of like nods excitedly, and she waits for more explanation. They're all waiting for Lord Dump.
The good thing is that we figured out how to take down the towers. Or at least one at a time. But it can be done. As for why
Synnax.
we're doing this, it's very personal.
Potatoes guy speaks up. I am Synnax. I'll let you know my allegiances later. How did you bring down the first tower?
Magic.
Powerful
There's-
magic.
There's a huff of disappointment as you recognize that none of these people control powerful magics themselves.
Okay. Speaker was saying.
There might be other ways, but that's at least one that we know works.
It has to be powerful magic. That's why she made a point of cutting down as many as she could, if not converting them.
There's
By the way, if our character, if any of you wants to add anything, also just interject, because otherwise speaker will keep
Yeah.
going.
yeah, just jump
No,
in.
I think it's. I'll interject as we go, but go ahead.
From what you gather, they don't seem to be the talking type, so they're just listening at the moment. Nadira seems excited. The person who, Potatoes Man, also known as Synnax, seems very keen on learning how to bring this down. Both of you, actually, all of you with like a proficiency in insight can make me an insight check.
Okay.
Is that something I have? No, it is not something I have.
Damn.
You're a doctor.
My streak is over.
My vibes reading is not good, man.
Vibes reading. 17. Gunnlaug, you just see two excited people upon hearing news of possible wanton destruction. People you might be excited to get with. Speaker and Zekin, you feel a very chaotic energy from them. Like they're vibrating at the thought of absolute destruction. There's joy.
So, what we know so far is that there are 5 of these left, probably. And we realize that we can take them down one at a time. But if a second one goes down, I'm sure the others will get more and more defended. And so I don't think we'll be able to take them down one at a time. So we were
Without
thinking
Time-wise,
that
help.
maybe...
Either.
Not without a
wouldn't
bit
be
of
good.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
we
wouldn't
were
be good
thinking that
time-wise either.
maybe we could find other people who are capable of taking them down and do a bit of coordination.
Do you tell them the kind of spells that you need to, like the level spells that they need?
The 4 of you
Was it-
don't look like spellcasters, but
Okay,
we need a pretty high level.
I'll say
it
that the
8th and
speaker
above?
will TLDR the 7th.
7th.
The speaker will TLDR like how they found the tower, what it looked like, what were its defenses, what
Yeah.
sort of location it was at, what was the configuration of the basal platform
Yeah,
and
we can pull out like
wall
a paper and like
structures,
Yeah.
draw out the map and be like, so it was like this, and then
and the
And
time
And also
span
like
for the
how
defense.
it makes you feel sick as well. Like
yes, and
I
how
think
it
that's
pulses every so often, and if you get caught in the pulse, it's bad times.
And he will say like this pulse, the unease and all that is like its security mechanism, which is also the main way people will be able to identify these and like encourage people to speak up if they have like felt anything like this before.
I've heard reports of it.
He also mentioned that they found the one near Felsen, but we're going to hold on first before we're done with our business here, and he'll warn of like the patrolling things at a certain perimeter, like where the enemy movements are also at the moment.
Yeah. We're thinking it's best not to make our move destroying them until we, I guess, one, find the others, and two, have like a better plan of taking them down, either like at the same time or very quickly one after the other.
Postman speaks up. This time he introduces himself finally. They seem to be very allergic to introducing themselves in general.
Fair.
Belil. Myself
Be-
and Riffin, we know each other. We've worked with each other many times, and I'm sure that we can come to some kind of solution to maybe reduce the spells needed somehow.
Reduce the spell need.
You have an idea?
Not per se, but we know people who know people. And then he makes eye contact with Riffan. All of you see this, it's not hidden. And you can guess that maybe Belil works with Riffan closely, and Riffan is like Guy's underling.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Alright,
might be
he
able
will-
to get Guy's help.
That's a
Okay.
good start.
Um,
Anyone else have a thing that can help as well?
Did we give Guy like the instructions of how we took down the thing? Did we tell him about it?
Speaker blabbed so
Yep,
much.
speaker just vomited everywhere, and Guy's just like,
Word
uh-huh,
vomit.
uh-huh, tell me more.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess we'll just like make a copy of the instructions for this dude.
Yeah.
We trust him, right?
Now, we have had some limited contact with the world outside. Some people have been made aware that we exist.
Synnax speaks up. It's not hard to say that considering both of you went missing at around the same time. We heard about the fall of Githard. Terrible situation.
Yes.
That place still stinks.
Yes.
I've also spoken with, I can't remember their names right now, so I'm gonna scroll and find their names. What is her name? The two dwarf ladies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I also can't remember their names.
I have their names somewhere. Umer, no. Turnin
Oh.
and
The ones that
Randy?
married.
Yeah,
Is
the
it,
ones
is
that
it
married,
the
yeah.
dwarf? Is it the...
I married them.
yes.
Is it the dwarf cleric? No, it's not the dwarf cleric, right?
The
The
baker,
blacksmith.
the baker and the blacksmith.
Oh, the baker
Yeah.
and the black.
So insert
the
name
baker
there.
is
Brandy,
Branby and Umir.
Branby and Omer. Okay, so he's like, I spoke with Branby and Omer. And
Yeah.
they explained. And then this time, he brings himself away from the general group so that he's more central. And he's like, I am Synnax of the Scattered Villages. I am...
Is this
The speaker.
Potatoes guy?
This is Potatoes Guy.
Okay.
I am the representative of the villages that were taken over and or destroyed. Although I have very deep, deep hatred for the both of you, for what you've done to families everywhere. I trust that what you're doing is going to be good for our people in the long run, so don't break this trust. Speaker, you hear in your head a very, very convenient voice of a one Gaia. Speaker, I have news. I have heard that there is some kind of congregation, and I will make my way there. This, unfortunately, has become more than just your case, so I will accept the down payment, but it is no longer your purview to pay. I think that's 25 words. Yes.
Wait, so let me just hold it. heard news of some kind of congregation will make a way there.
He's coming here.
Wait. Pause. Will make a
You
way there.
heard?
What came after that?
She said the deposit that you paid, you're not getting back, but you don't have to pay for the rest because this has now become a police problem.
Oh no, they're coming. They're actually coming.
Okay. Well, I guess in a way the 9 gold is a bit of a scam, but this is still very
Oh
good.
no, this is good
Speaker
because
will-
now
Speaker
you
will
have
speak up.
warning. Who you have warning?
Speaker
The
will
cops
speak
are
up
coming.
immediately and say to everyone, belay that we have to
Disperse.
move now. The police are coming.
Topher is the first one to speak up. I cannot house you in my areas, and I'm sure the rest of you don't trust any one of us enough to bring us to your strongholds. Do you have a safe place? Synnax speaks up. Actually, yes. Make yourself scarce, and then he takes whatever nearby parchment that you have, anything that's hanging on the walls, and
Yeah,
he
we
starts
had some stuff that we were
scribbling
using to
down
write notes.
a location. You think about 3 hours away. Zekin, can you make me a general survival check, please?
Or
Okay,
Survival.
important.
Yes.
When speaker gives the news that the police are coming, does he see a reaction from anyone?
They're all heckin' freaking out.
Okay, because the reason for this question is to see if anyone seemed like surprised for the wrong reason.
Okay, explain to me what kind of wrong reasons, and then make me an insight
Okay.
check.
Because the speaker's thinking if there is an informant or mole here that tipped off the police, the fact that we knew in turn might surprise them. So it's like, he say like, belay that we have to move now, and like, like before he mentions the police to see if anyone started responding before that or something along the lines.
Okay, make me an insight check.
Right. Because if there is a mole amongst us, bringing them to the new safe house is not going to be good either.
15.
Oh, come on.
Everybody seems to be equally distressed by this, and nobody is willing to give up their safe houses, but they know that you have to meet up somehow, and they're
Fuck's sake, guys, just pick one.
and the
No,
fact that
someone
Synnax
was
has
yeah,
already
he stepped
yeah.
up and was like, he's writing down instructions
Yeah,
on how
yeah.
to get there.
And for Zekin, who rolled a 22 survival, right?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't an old one. Okay.
No, that's a new one.
Okay, 22 survival. You know where this is. Once upon a time, when you were still living here, there was a tunnel collapse about southeast, 4 hours away trek down into the caverns lower than Falsen.
Wait, so it's in this cave but not in the Bolton town?
Yeah, it's like a trek.
Oh, sick.
Trek deeper.
So a 4 hours down, deep down track.
Yeah, you only knew about this because there were people who had to go do a relief because some people were doing God knows what there. You're not sure.
Question, DM.
Yes?
Is this tunnel leading in the direction of that medical facility?
What's your survival?
Let me check.
I think
He's
because
not
we're in tunnels,
proficient, he's only +5.
+5
Any-
is okay.
any
You've
direction could feasibly lead to the medical facility because,
Yeah.
tunnels, right?
No, but like because we have reason to think that there were like people going back weird shit, but yeah, the
Oh,
direction.
true.
True,
Maybe,
true.
maybe.
So if like a tunnel collapsed because a certain facility was closed at a certain time,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
Okay, I'll try
you're-
survival.
that is
Do you
that
need
is
me to
a thought.
assist you? Is it
I,
possible?
I, I
It
don't think
is.
this is an assisting thing.
I mean, if you brought it up, it can be like a brainstorming thing. But remember, you're under crunch now, and
Yeah.
Synnax is writing things down, and
Yeah.
Zekin is like, okay, I know where this is, and he's informing the rest. Zekin,
Yeah, we're probably gonna need to split up. So who wants to go with who?
Okay, I'll just roll the survival to see if it clicks the speaker, and I have no
Yeah.
inspiration.
I
Oh,
will spend my inspiration for him.
okay.
Let's go.
Zekin, you have a choice. Do you want to listen and help speaker, or do you want to make sense of where the location is?
Hmm.
Because this happens in a split second. You can't do both.
Okay, so
Do I qualify for looking at the instructions in the map, or does it need to be
It needs to be
Chicken because
second.
he's from here?
Yeah, he's from
Okay,
here.
fair
But
enough.
you can help speaker because you're a ranger and you know
Oh,
you know
okay.
direction.
It's
oh
okay.
okay. Then
Because
I
even
know
if
about
speaker knows
tunnels.
this information, this is not the time now to like
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
up
yeah.
the
Yeah.
medical
Okay.
facility.
14. With that 14
We'll
speaker,
figure it out when we get there.
you're not sure, but it is worth bringing up.
Yeah, because if they're like, yeah, it was like 2-3 months ago,
Hmm.
and we're like, oh, 2-3 months ago, you say?
Wait a minute.
Something else happened 2-3 months ago.
Okay, so tell me if any one of you are dragging any other person. You have with you Riffan, Topher, Synnax, Nadira, and Bellu.
Okay, so we have the location and instructions on how to get there in front of us.
Correct.
I look around and like looking at the party wise, we probably need to split up because we're a very big group, right? Okay, we shouldn't let the twins go by themselves, but I look at the others. Are all of you confident that you'll be able to find this place?
Oh, character. I don't think we need to worry about Riffin ever.
Yeah, Riffin's
Yeah.
fine. Riffin's like
Griffin's
weird.
fine, but
She has
I'm worried
crazy
about
stealth and she's
Flower
black.
Woman.
Flower
Yeah.
And
Woman is a
Nadira.
decent worry. Topher, Belil, and Riffin sort of know each other, so you think they'll go together. Even if they split up, they'll find their way.
Yeah.
Nadira, you think? Nadira is about as silly buggers as Van and Biro. That you recognize the wide-eyed, bushy-tailed eagerness of youth, and also this chaotic energy of I'ma blow shit up.
Okay. Van and Biro, like, you guys good to take them? Like, other party members? I can take Nadira. Or I can take Biro.
Okay. Who has talked with Nadira before?
I think I've
Good
bought
luck.
stuff
the
from her,
flower
and
lady that
it's the
I bought
one
from,
that-
or no?
Yes.
yeah, and
Yes.
Gunnlaug
Yes, it's
spoke
a
to her
flower
for
lady
like
You
a
for
long
100%
run.
My friend.
Yes.
Okay, how about this? To make it easy, we each of us that needs to split up go with the person that you remember interacting with.
Perfect.
Hero.
Let's do it. No need to discuss this for like 15 minutes. We can just do
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so boss spend most of the time with B-roll, right?
Yep.
Uh,
All right,
and
kid, you're with me.
Nadira with Gunnlaug.
Yep.
Speaker will go with Van.
Mm-hmm. Please write this
And,
down somewhere.
Yes, and obviously Zekan will go with Topher.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I can
Sounds
go.
good. Sounds
Easy.
good.
So you guys scatter very expertly. Can I get everybody to make me a group stealth check with advantage because you are with locals.
I'm
Group
not with a
stealth check.
local.
Oh, except for you then.
I'm with Biro and
You-
Speakers with
Leo.
Van.
I used all my good rolls.
Ah, it's okay.
It's
I am
okay.
mighty.
Okay, you got 10, 26,
They ain't gonna
29.
find me.
20.
20. Is that it? Yes. You feel
I have
that
our portable hole. If something bad happens, Biro is going in the hole. He's not the one that's afraid, right? That's Van.
Yeah, Van is afraid.
Okay.
If you say Van go in the
Very
hole, she's
good,
gonna be
very
like, no.
Yeah. That's why I'm going with Biro.
Okay, you think you're successful in your getaway. It does take you a while to stay under the radar. Gunnlaug, you're with Nadira, right? She makes you change your clothes again, just in case.
Here's a question.
Yes?
When when Gaia sounded in Speaker's mind, can he tell if it's a sending or something else?
You think, based on Gunnlaug's interaction with
Yeah.
you and her sendings, you think it is sending, but you don't remember her being particularly adept with magic in general, but you're not sure. But people also have access to like sending stones, especially the police, because
All right. And
sending
like
out an
Speaker would
APB.
have answered back along the lines of, "Oh, okay," like a bit confused, and that's about it.
Okay, that's good enough.
Just to keep that.
Yeah, so Nadira makes you change your clothes again. This time you look like one of the people working at the market.
Noise.
She gives you a nice hat. Who else? So you are with Biro. Topher is with Zekin. There's nothing... You guys, unless you want to talk about stuff, Topher is very quiet. Who else am I missing?
I put it in the main chat there.
Okay, thank you. Bello? Bello.
I don't know how to spell, so
Riffan and Bello alone. Okay, you don't know where they are. Busk, Bureau, Nadira, Gunnlaug, Speaker, and Van. You have been traveling together for quite a while now. You know what she's like, and honestly, she's quite diligent.
yeah.
And she's
And
learning
plus,
quite
like,
a
we are
lot.
going with people we've been seen with before, so like if passerby sees us, it's nothing unusual.
That makes sense. I need to write something down.
You already did.
This will happen next week, but essentially I'm giving you an inspiration point for that. But only usable next week. And eventually, time passes by. You are allowed to do whatever you want, paddock or plan, whatever it is. I will leave
We
that
eat
up
some
to you.
food on the way.
Can also. Bureau and Bosk has
Yep.
been like, you want food? Cool. Do we have money? Yes.
Yes. The guy funds is working well.
Okay. Eventually, all of you make your way to the location decided by Synnax. It is, I wouldn't say an arduous
Synnax.
trek, especially since some of you,
We're used to adventuring
Yeah.
and
especially in the
going
snow, the
into
snow is
caves
hard.
and shit.
The
We're not in the snow, right? We're
No,
just
you're
in
not, but-
tunnels. Yeah.
snow is harder than tunnels, you feel.
Yes. Snow is terrible. We hate it.
We hate it. We do. Eventually, Synnax meets up with you where you're supposed to meet. He sits down and he's sort of taking a breath. We're safe here. There is a place that is going to be safe for us. But you have to trust me. We're going through a circle.
We're going through a circle.
Portal.
You know, it's
No, well, if we're trusting each other, I guess I don't have to hide this thing anymore. Take out the mask and like,
collectively they're like, "Ugh, brother, ugh."
oh, okay, that feels
Mask?
better. The mask. I put it back on my face.
Wait, trust circle.
Teleportation circle, essentially.
I know, but to speaker this does bring back something. Google. Ages?
What is that?
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Something from long ago history. Have we arrived at the place yet, or the
You've arrived at an interim place.
interim place?
Zekin, you know that this place is where the collapse happened.
Mhm.
Synnax continues. We have a bit more of a trek to go. I apologize in advance, but this is the safest way.
Right.
I-
Good,
Speaker will
lead the
also-
way.
Speaker?
Speaker also speak at this point like, Chicken, friends, is this the way to the medical facility?
Can I roll now?
Yes.
Um,
Boss can also roll, or you can help.
Yay!
Boss, what's your
What are we
survival?
rolling?
You're rolling
Survival.
survival because you're
What's
trying
the
to find
I
direction.
have
survival?
I have a 13.
I will aid boss.
Okay. With the general knowledge of the layout of Krayra in general, Bosk, you roll a 29.
Yeah.
This is not really the direction. The facility is further north of here. Like a
Okay.
significant amount of further away.
It wouldn't make sense to make the path this way unless naturally it curves around. I don't suppose any of you locals would know anything about that.
It goes up somewhere around insert amount of time ago.
Riffan is the one that speaks up. I'm not really gonna stick around with you guys. I'm actually gonna leave because your friend is still up there, and if anything happens, I do have to bring him to you guys. But facility that you're talking about, you mean Bloomington's?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, the
Wasn't it
medical
closed, like,
facility that was
8
closed.
months ago?
Would have closed down a couple months ago.
Yeah. What's wrong with it? I thought it
We
was.
have more to share about that later when it's safer.
She is excited to hear this. I'm sure Guy would be elated to hear this answer.
Wait, so she's working with guys? Is it
Yes.
why?
Yeah.
She's so excited.
The entire time she's been
Yeah.
an inside spy. A spy for Guy. You keep walking.
A guy spy.
Conversations move between all of them, and Topher is the first to speak up about the missing children. And you feel an uncomfortable air set upon all of you as make me an insight check, everyone.
Alright.
Dig it.
That's a lot
Oh.
of roll within a minute.
I read the vibes,
You
perhaps.
read the
Maybe.
vibes.
Did you finally read the vibe?
Finally rolled a 20 with the
Maybe.
vibes.
Perhaps.
20, 26, 22. I think we're waiting for...
Gunnlaug?
Sorry, I'm
Please.
trying, but
Oh.
you're being slow.
Oh no! Okay,
Oh no.
but then you're really
Huh?
good at it, so...
Wait, why do you have advantage?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll with advantage.
But
It's
that's
okay.
still a
A 20 is
20.
good
Quick to
enough.
talk a lot. 20.
Yeah.
That's that.
Dr. Bosk, you are rejuvenated by the fact that your mask, your safety room amongst the wider world as an introvert is introduced back onto your face, and you can hide yourself. You breathe
very good.
easy, and as you look around to the faces, you recognize a sense of unease, and all of you catch. They each know something that they're hiding from the others about the missing children, and it feels like collectively, especially for Speaker, that they're daisy chained together without knowing, and somebody's been puppeting them from behind, and they
Oh,
need
yeah, a guy,
to share
clearly.
now.
Is it
Oh.
Guy? Because Guy
It
has
has
been
to be
doing a lot
Guy,
of-
because he's the one that got us all to give him the presents, right?
Yeah.
Speaker will say, alright, we need to talk now. There's 32 children missing, and we're being kept in the dark.
Synnax
Uh,
remains quiet for a while. Nadira,
Yeah, I thought it was strange no one brought that up.
Nadira is the first to speak. I have been working independently, I thought, to protect children. And then she starts listing locations where she has absconded with children herself. Belil brings up the children that were kidnapped, the 3 that were kidnapped near the police station. Belil was like, I was told they were being kidnapped and I was liberating them.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
then
shit, this
and then
They're
Topher,
just chain kidnapping the children.
they're all very
Oh.
uncomfortable now, and then you hear Synnax sort of snort. Like he knows some shit. And he goes, I deeply apologize for putting all of you in unease. But this is quite hilarious, actually. And see, I've been organizing all of you. The scattered villages and where we're going has to do with the children, and I promise you they're fine. In fact, we'll be seeing them shortly.
Wait, so those
I'm so
fighting
glad
is
I didn't kidnap
unnecessary?
the flower woman, just to find out this information.
So all this fighting was unnecessary? Like
Well, there's no fighting, but
I mean, like
now
We
we
have
know
not
what's
fought.
happened.
no one got like seriously injured, yes, but there was like panic. There was a bit of fight.
Wait, who
This time,
fought?
Synnax
No one
looks
fought.
at you like, oh, was anyone injured? I wasn't aware.
Not that I know of, so that's a good thing.
Well, not yet, but we were gonna get involved.
Synnax, I understand why you're doing this the way you're doing, and it was very similar to how it was done back then, but that didn't work out. Let's hope this works out better, alright? I'm going to trust you.
This time he stops because you were walking and talking. He stops. And because he stopped, you have no way of going forward as well because he's the one leading the way. He turns around and he goes, as long as everyone here is a trusted representative of your own group and working for the good of our future. There is hope. It feels like he wants to say something more, but it also looks like he's not very charismatic, so he gave up.
Right, let's get it done then.
He continues walking up. Eventually, you find yourself in a little shrine. In the before times, who has met Valerius's father?
None of us, I
None of
believe.
you. Okay, so there is
Why
a
would
bust.
we have met his dad?
There is a bust.
Heard of him?
Okay. They
We
don't
see a bust of someone that looks like
Stephen
Valerius.
mentioned
Vaguely.
his own dad.
vaguely looks like Valerius, only older, slightly balding, jovial
Happy
face, very
Gunnlaug and
happy.
point at the bust. It's like, hey, is that? Nah.
I look at the
Our
bus,
guy has
it's like-
more hair.
I look at the bus. It's like, is Valerius a time traveler?
I
He's
don't
a
think we have
time
that.
traveler. That explains everything.
He chuckles. I'm very happy that you're bringing some levity into this very deeply tumultuous situation. And again, I apologize to my fellow esteemed friends, I hope. As he sort of rubs the bald spot. He makes you go into the circle with him as well. And he rubs the bald spot.
Oh no.
Ain't no way.
Valerius is the entrance to a secret place.
And then all of you sort of poof in another place.
We're gonna
And-
bully him so hard for this when he
and-
gets back.
When you appear, you're in the middle of a meadow. It is warm, the sun is shining. It's bright, so half of you are blinded temporarily.
Oh, I
As
think I'm
the
blinded.
greens and the blues are just attacking your eyes. It smells
Where
fresh.
where are we?
Where is it? Where is here?
Touch the ground.
And
And
he goes,
best for where we are.
Welcome to. We'll see you next week.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It's 11
That's
o'clock.
That's a scam.
Scam. Okay, thanks
Thanks
everybody
about
for
right.
watching. Thanks for playing.
Thanks.
We'll see you next
Maybe.
week.
Next
Hey, wait, do we have a game next week?
Yeah, next week's
Yes, next
21st.
I think
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
Yes,
we're
we
still
do.
okay.
We do. Okay.
And not after that.
Yeah, be good, be safe, drink water, stretch, and stuff like that. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.